Welcome back to Sirstrat Plays. I am Sirstrat, and this is going to be our first draft of the new Vintage Cube season, starting here on February 16th. Some significant changes to make note of in the card list. If you review it, a couple of interesting things. They've added a lands archetype, which is kind of interesting. And then a couple of powerful cards, I think, have come into play here. Red Elemental Blast is in now. That, to me, is the standout here. Don't get me wrong, there's some other stuff that's interesting. Vampire Hexmage is going to be good. Obviously, you'll have the lands archetype, but Red Elemental Blast, there are going to be some people who are going to get their ancestral recalls or their time walks or whatever countered that did not see it coming. And so I think that's going to be very interesting. The other thing I think will be very, very big is Life from the Loam. Obviously, with the lands archetype in play, Life from the Loam can be pretty strong and has the potential to be pretty strong even outside of that. Of the notable things that have gone, Rift-Ring Cloudscape has been a staple for a long, long time, and that is gone now. The Torrential Gearhulk also gone. There has been, and the article that they wrote about the changes details that there is a definitive attempt to bring the power of blue down a little bit. Now, I will tell you that I think that blue will still be the most powerful color, but I think you're definitely going to see some changes based on the fact that blue is not going to be quite as strong as it used to be. So, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. I don't know, and they admitted in the article, I don't know whether the lands deck will be playable or not, and I really wonder about early whether it will be playable, simply based on the fact that it's got that I think that there'll be a lot of people trying to do it, and so it might be hard to get the pieces early. I don't know that for sure, but we'll see. I think it's possible. So this is kind of interesting. This is the first day of this new Vintage Cube. Only 702 active players. We routinely were having several thousand during Cubemas, and I know that Cubemas is kind of like the Vintage Cube holiday, right? I do find myself wondering whether the fact that on day one there's only 702 people drafting this, that this is a sign that maybe they are overdoing it with the Vintage Cube, but we'll see. Well, you can't argue with this. We open up our very first Vintage Cube of the new season, and there's an Ancestral Recall sitting right there in slot 1. So we're going to take a quick gander at what the rest of it is here, but we're definitely going to take Recall here. Definitely some stuff I like here. Reanimates there. Upheaval is interesting there. Obviously. Those are really the big ones. Obviously, Scalding Turns strong. Also, some of the lands have changed out here. Like Shambling Vent is gone for Shattered Sanctum, some things like that. So, just some things to keep an eye out for. So, all right, we're just going to go ahead and take this Ancestral here and just be thankful. So, all right. I think this is going to be a pretty easy mana leak for us here. Lion Sash is a new card that I am not familiar with here, so let's see. Okay, looks like it's an artifact creature that is going to fall into that whole help against Reanimator slot. So that's interesting. Empty the Warrens has become a very good potential finisher for Storm now, where it was always a crappy one if they paired up with Goblin Bombardment, which is now in the cube. So that's kind of interesting. So, all right, sadly, we're going to pass our second piece of red-blue fixing here. Just something to keep in mind. And then there's the Kiki. All right, I don't think we're going to Kiki right here. I don't think that's the plan. What do we want here? I think this is just going to be swords to plowshares. There's some interesting things here. An early Kiki is definitely interesting. And these pair fine with that. But we have passed 2 pieces of blue-red fixing. And I just don't know that I'm going to start with Kiki. I'm obviously always a big Recurring Nightmare fan. You guys have seen me play an awful lot of that over time. But I think this is just going to be a swords. And we may look to do some blue-white control stuff. Let's see, Treachery or Path to Exile. I do like me a Treachery. Path to Exile, though, also very, very strong. Possible that we would wield a Sun Titan, so it's just something to keep in mind. The Signet's not horrible, but I think it's Treachery or Path here. I think Treachery is just very strong. I'm just going to go ahead and take that. Ooh, lots of good stuff here. Got a Cryptic. Got a Time Warp. Got a Gideon that I would really like here. By the way, I see Tezzeret here. Artifacts have been nerfed a little bit too in regards to there being some more artifact hate. Apparently, I don't remember the exact card list, but they talked about it in the article, so just something to keep in mind here. In my perfect world, I would take this Planeswalker and then we'd be protecting it, but I don't think I can pass up one of these super powerful blue cards given where I'm at. The question is, will I have the mana to cast Cryptic if I go true blue-white? I don't know the answer to that, so we are going to take, you know what, actually, we're going to take Cryptic. I was about to say I was this close to saying we're going to take Gideon, and then moved on and took the Cryptic. Alright, so this is a little less interesting of a pack. We could take a Duress and look at potentially being blue-black. Obviously, Scarab God also can be a very powerful finisher. We could also Gush. We are heavy blue here, so that's something that could be. Draw 7s are always good when you're blue. I don't know here what I want to do. I think we're going to take this. Actually, I think we're going to take this Scarab God. We missed on it and ended up in wheel. I took too long. Ugh. Alright, well, that's okay. This is an easy pick. We're going to take Elspeth here, and we're going to cement ourselves in blue-white. Oh, I can't believe I waited too long and just missed that. So, this is interesting. Your opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn. Draw a card unless that player pays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power. But it's just a 1/1. You'd have to have some way to bump it. Interesting. We do have Elspeth's Sun's Champion here. We could, in theory, make some use of opposition. I don't think Esper Sentinel is something we want to play. And we're going to go ahead and take this opposition now. Alright, we're going to move this wheel to the side. That was just a mistake. Upheaval could be very strong here. Geist can be very strong here. I don't hate Adeline in a blue-white control deck. Obviously, in theory, it's more powerful in a white attacking deck, but I do like the fact that it's got Vigilance and a pretty big butt, so it's not bad at getting some damage in while protecting. Geist or Upheaval? Geist or Upheaval? I think we're going to take the Geist here. Alright, and then this is an Oust. I don't love Oust, but it's alright. We did not get the, I think it's this path, so we did not, or this pack, so we did not get the path back. Yeah, maybe we end up tinkering into Leviathan. We're not playing Freeze, we're not playing that. I mean, I guess Recurring Nightmare could be a thing, but for now we're just going to put Leviathan inside. I like getting Sun Titan. I don't know how much stuff we'll have to return with it, but we're not a Tezzeret deck. I'm gonna take this. I'm not even familiar with it, but it looks interesting. We'll go ahead and take the Gush here now. We'll put the Adversary in the sideboard. Restoration of Aganjo. Search your library for a basic Plains card. discard card, return target permanent card with mana value 2 or less, tapped, and then exile Saga, then return it to the battlefield, transformed under your control. And then it's a monk with vigilance, and when it blocks, it creates a spirit token. It's interesting. That sounds like something I might be interested in. So, okay, I like Preordain here. What is this? Whenever you cast an artifact, instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell. Let me trigger it. Counter that spell. Wow, that looks like a real powerful finisher if you could get to it. Man, that is interesting. We already have a couple of high-end top cards. I think we're just going to take this Preordain, but we'll see if this comes back around. I'm vaguely interested, especially since the Sun Titan may not be great in this deck, right? Like, we may not have a ton of stuff that it can bring back. So, all right, let's just take that Preordain. All right, there's the Hex Mage, talking about that being one of the new things. So, I think here we're going to take Parallax Wave. We could take Monolith. That's vaguely interesting. Monolith is vaguely interesting. We're going to have some top end here we'd like to play. Yeah, you know what, actually, we're going to take Monolith here. Okay, so there is a Thespian Stage, one of the new things. Here's a Wrath. I think that's what we're going to take. I do like the fixing here, but they took away Fumigate, so there's less Wraths available. And I think this deck is definitely going to want one. So, hate to pass up that Seachrome Coast, but I think we got to take the Wrath here and hope the Coast comes back around. Alright, Elspeth Knight Errant. I would have rather had the Gideon from the first pack, but I'm not super upset by taking that potentially. Especially since we do have this opposition. Like, the ability to create some dudes might be very strong here. Also really like Coercive Portal a lot. Elspeth for the potential opposition, or Coercive Portal. That is a very tough call, I think. And I think we're gonna I think we're gonna Portal here. I think Portal's very strong. Okay, nothing amazing for us here. There's a Flicker Wisp, and they also brought in Ephemerate, so that's something to keep in mind. What would we get right now? Our flicker, we're not really flickering anything, right? Like, I mean, I guess they could flicker Sun Titan. We could play an early Treachery and then flicker it onto something different later. Maybe. Phantasmal Image is nothing I love. Relic is decent. There's Life from the Loam. I think we're going to take the Relic here over Flicker Wisp. Alright, Azoria Signet is perfect for us. Is exactly what the doctor ordered. We'll grab that in a heartbeat. This is going to be a Solitude. We don't have a ton of white cards. But that's still just a very solid removal spell. There's a Balance. That is very interesting. Resto Angel. Also interesting. We don't have a ton of artifact mana or anything yet, but we still have some time. Let's go ahead and grab this Balance. We currently only have 3 creatures in the deck. Not even 100% sure we'll play Geist, so I think that's interesting. We don't have any fixing yet, so I don't know if we can afford this Rishon Import, but I also don't think we're playing any of the rest of this. I mean, Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and take this. The ability in a blue-white deck, a lot of times that inability to deal with a man land can be a real problem. So, we only have 3 artifacts right now, so I don't think Emery is very good here. I don't think we have enough ramp to look at Ulamog reasonably, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the Parallax Wave here. Don't really want any of this. I mean, I guess we're not recruitering. We could recruiter if we ended up with, you know, it does go get Geist, and it could go get a Monastery Mentor. I think we'll take that. I doubt we'll play it right now. Again, I'm not sure we'll play the Geist right now, and otherwise this is, does it get Solitude? Toughness too? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Okay, so that's interesting. Alright, well, we wheeled this Elspeth, so we will take that. A little heavy in the 4 slot here. And I'm seeing all this white and beginning to think that I really messed up by taking that Cryptic Command over the Gideon earlier. Or was it the Cryptic Command over the Path? No, the Cryptic Command was over the Gideon. Yeah, Cryptic Command over Gideon. So, alright, once again, probably not going to play that, but we will take it. We do have some sweepers, so, well, no, there's a Time Walk. Got a couple of planeswalkers already. I don't think we can pass up that Time Walk, as much as I would love to have this counterspell. I think that's the route we've got to go. And sadly, if we don't get this counterspell back, which we won't, I don't know that we want any of the rest of this, but I don't think we can pass up a Time Walk with our planeswalkers in play. I don't love this deck yet. We don't have a lot of great things to Titan, which makes it less than a stellar potential win. Okay, so interesting here. We got Force. Man, I want everything in this pack. Can I just take this and be done? Grim Monolith, Force, Snapcaster, Jace, Force of Will. Wow, and this Wandering Emperor looks pretty decent too. I think we have to take the Force here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, by the end of this pack, we should be good there. Man, I hate passing up that Snapcaster though when we have Time Walk and Ancestral. That is hard, and we're gonna pass another piece of fixing. Our mana is gonna be awful. You know what? We may not have enough blue cards. I'm going to take Snappy here. I think that's the play. Wow. Now Jace and Caracas. Like, we're already pretty loaded at the 4 spot. You know, we have Path and Wrath. I think we can probably sideboard that Parallax Wave. Hard to pass up Jace here. Caracas is so good, though. But honestly, it doesn't really actually interact with any of our guys. Yeah, we're going to take Jace. Just very powerful. I do like Catharcomania. We're going to take this Force of Negation, though. There's Field of the Dead again. Interesting. Gideon Jura, too. Man. I think we need the counter. We're very weak on counters here. Okay, and then I think, especially given what our 3 and under is, I think we're going to take this Consecrated Sphinx and play it over the Sun Titan. Right now, anyway. Banishing Light looks good, too. But yeah, Sphinx is just very good. Okay, Trinket Mage only gets a Relic, which we're probably not even going to main deck. I think this is just a Thirst here, right? Yeah. Molly D is interesting. Disenchant is pretty good. There's late Crater Hoof. You know what? We can, we'll take Molly D here. Alright, I don't think this Gush plays given the rest of the card draw that we have. And what are we actually bringing back with Sun Titan? We are not necessarily a very good Narset deck. We don't have any draw 7s, any other way to abuse it. I think this is just going to be a Mana Tithe over a Worm Coil here. Yeah, I think we're going to Mana Tithe. We got Counter Spell back. How does that happen? There's literally not another blue drafter at the table? Okay. I'll buy that. Alright, I think Oust goes to the side given the other stuff we have right now. All those 2s stay. We don't have a lot of target permanents that are 2 or less. I don't think this restoration plays. I honestly don't think we're playing the Flicker Wisp either, really. These two. How do we not get Seachrome back? Okay, well we did get Celestial back, and we're definitely taking that. This looks interesting, but I think we've got the one piece of fixing we're gonna have. We will take a sideboard Bane or Blade Splicer against aggro decks. So we have 3 lands here. We're probably not going to be able to play the... there's Gideon, nice. Okay, Molly D is a 3-drop. We'll put the Necromancy in the side. I think the Sun Titan definitely goes. Like, what's it bring back at this point? Brings back Snapcaster. Maybe, like, if we play Geist, maybe Geist. I don't think we're going to play the Flicker Wisp or this Recruiter because we're not playing the Flicker Wisp. Probably should have taken that Lion's Eye. I'm not doing anything with Trinket Mage, and Lion's Eye could help somebody. Yeah, I just don't think the Flicker Wisp is that good. It does, interesting. It does go fetch several things, right? Actually, it becomes part of the Recruiter package, right? So it can Recruiter can then go fetch Flicker Wisp, Geist, Mully D. Just those 3. That may not actually be worth it, is it? Yeah, I think we might just try to get out of the creature business here. I mean, I guess Sun Titan with Recruiter, but still, it only has like 3 targets, right? That's not amazing. 4 targets, I guess, Snapcaster. Interesting. We'll have to see whether we have enough blue to actually play Cryptic. I'd like to, but I don't know for sure. And then I don't think we're an opposition deck. Like, as much as I like the idea, it's cute, but I don't think it's really what we're trying to do. Let's see. So let's take these out. What are we at? 27? 28? So we're going to remove 5 cards. We're playing all the 1s. We're playing all the 2s. So the 5 have to come out from here. I really think Sun Titan is not good here. And I also believe we're not playing... Flicker Wisp. Like, there's just not... What are we flickering? Like, we could... okay, Flicker Snapcaster. That's cute. Flicker Recruiter. But again, we only have a couple targets for it. In theory, you could flicker one of your Planeswalkers in a pinch, but you're not really looking to do that. I guess you can flicker Solitude. That's pretty good. Could flicker Muldrifter if we happen to hardcast it. Huh. Interesting. So we're down to needing to remove 4. Is there anything else that definitively... Okay, Molly D is actually a 3. Let's just move that there. I think we want these, right? So I think these last 4 have to come from here. I think Geist is a sideboard card. I think it will come in against some things, but I don't think we need it main. We have Mana Leak, Counterspell, Force. Our mana's not going to be amazing. Do we keep Cryptic in? I think we probably do, right? What about Portal? Portal could go, right? We have Recall, Ordain, Time Walk, sort of, right? Mully D, Jace, and Consecrated Sphinx. Yeah, I think we can put the Portal to the side. Again, bring it in some matchups, but I don't think it's necessary to play it main here. Oh, we also had Thirst. I wasn't even counting Thirst. And then, and quite honestly, maybe Thirst is another one that can come out. This is tough. This is tough. Been a while since I played, and I'm struggling with this one. I do think we want to keep the Monolith, right? Like, we have big stuff up there we want to get to. The more I look at that, I wanted to cut Recruiter and Flicker Wisp, and then the more I look at it, I'm like, oh, well. Like, Flicker Wisp does some cool stuff. Snapcaster, Mully D potentially, Recruiter potentially, Solitude potentially. It's probably not enough to justify it, though, right? Especially given that we just want to use Wrath and Balance to wipe the board. Yeah, you know what? I think, because I think if a Flicker Wisp comes out, then Recruiter's coming out. We only have a couple of targets for it. Yeah, I think that might be the deck. I just want all these. Okay, so let's move all of these in and then see whether we can justify the factory and the port. So we would have 9 blue, 7 white, and actually 10 and 8 with the Signet. I think we might need to. Ditch that factory for another island. So we would be 9, 10, 11, and 8. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's go ahead and get the factory out of there. I think we can keep the port, and I do like it. Or you know what? We'd always sideboard port into. Yeah, you know what? We're actually gonna do that. We're gonna add another island. And now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12 and 8. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Alright, gang, I think that's gonna be the deck. We will see you in round 1. Hey, gang, alright, we are here in round 1. We have won the die roll. We will go ahead and do that. Ugh. And we had the luck of Ancestral Recall in our first pick and the anti-luck of a one-lander here and on the play. That is unfortunate. We can't keep this. Like, we would just be too far behind if we missed the land drop. If we get a land, then we're perfect, right? Signet set up. We're in counterspell mode, but I think we have to mulligan that. Yikes. Okay, well, this one we can keep because we can obviously go, we have Force, and then we'll be able to Ancestral. So, I think, man, Elspeth is one of our big win conditions, but I think we have to bottom it, right? Yeah, I think we have to do that. All right, here we go. On a mono white deck, wonderful. Okay. All right. Well, we will hold up Mana Tithe and then have Ancestral ready. Sure, we'll let him have the Sapphire. Can't stop the Mystic, so we have to let that go, which is kind of unfortunate. They're playing around Mana Tithe. That's a little frustrating. Alright, we're going to go ahead and recall here at the end of turn. Okay, and then, man, do we want to, I think, what did they go get? They went and got a Jitte. Okay. So unless we get, oh, we have a blue, so we can actually, we can do that. So we're going to Swords the Mystic. I hate to do that, but I don't want them to be able to, oh, they have Giver. I'm just not paying any attention. Okay. Alright, I would have to ditch a card, and that's it. And then I could Mana Tithe. Wow. I have to ditch one card. I don't know what that one card is going to be. I think it's the Preordain. I think it's got to be the Preordain. We have to hold up the Force just in case. And, yeah, we have to hold up Force just in case. We need the... We're going to use Mana Tithe as our counter here. Along with, obviously, Force if we have to. We do not want to pitch Jace if we can avoid it. But... And, you know, honestly, we don't have a ton of answers for a Jit that actually gets down. Matter of fact, we essentially have no answers for a Jit that gets down. Except to keep killing the creatures that it's on. That's all we got. Okay, not doing anything. Interesting. Or just, okay. I think we have to do this, right? Like, this just sucks, but I think we have to do it. Yeah, let's see. We can... okay. We're going to let it go. Man. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure that was the right play. We probably should have countered it. We don't have a lot of good answers for this. You have got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness. That is sick. That is just sick. I'm thinking they're just playing the Sapphire for value. Ugh. that is awful. That is just awful. And then I draw a land, of course. Alright. Well, it is what it is, I guess. As it is, we wouldn't have been able... The force would have gotten stifled anyway, right? Man, I cannot believe Spell Pierce there. That is just brutal. Alright, let's Signet here. They played around, and they played around the Mana Tide the whole time. If we counter this, then he doesn't get the creature. He won't have that available. So we not only keep the Signet up, but we keep him from having the Borrower too. Yep. See, and that's the problem. Now we really have no, like, we have Wrath, right? Like that's what we've got is Wrath. Sure. So what do we have here? 5. Huh. Man, I hate to time walk here, but I think I have no choice, right? Like, I'm just so hopelessly behind at this point. Like, I need an answer. I don't have one. Draw land. That's beautiful. Yikes. Okay, well, this is going to be painful. We'll see. If he doesn't have any creature removal, then we could be okay here, but... Alright, well, we have to try it. Like, we don't have anything else going on. We can't just let him go at it with abandon. Like, we need to try to stop it at least. Yep. Alright, well. That is about as frustrating as it gets. I miscalculated what their deck was going to be, and it cost me early. I need something other than a land here, please. Now that's interesting. Hug. They just have it all here. They are killing me. With one freaking counter spell. Okay. Alright, they might have done messed up, Maynard. Let's see. He knows I have the thing, so it honestly doesn't matter. Alright. Well, that helps. Let's see, what's that do? -1/-1, or give the inspector +2/+2. Yes, we will draw, please. He got his own treachery here. I'd be so sick. Fractured identity. Great. Alright, so I'm playing a blue-white deck that just has all the stuff that I don't. I think we can probably just scoop this up here if we don't draw Wrath. Like, we're so far behind at this point. This Elspeth doesn't help us really. And look at my deck here. Like, I have Wrath, and that's it. And even the Wrath, like, isn't that good at this point, right? I guess we hold on for another turn just to see if we draw it. Like, but he's going to end up with another 2 cards. He's going to have almost a full grip. I can't play this Elspeth right now. I have to hope to be able to Wrath and then do that. And then I still don't have an answer for the Jit. The Jitte is still really good. Very frustrating way to start our Vintage Cube season. Let's see here. And now we not only need to draw Wrath, he needs to not have an answer for it. Which at this point, with 5 cards in hand, like we're probably in trouble. You know, I think Geist is going to be good against him here potentially. Like the inability to answer it could be, or the inability to fracture it or jitte it or whatever could be very good. All right, let's see here. It's a shame we can't get up to Leviathan. That would be very, very good. I think Parallax Wave is good against him. Like, we need just another way to deal with something that's got the Jitte. You know what? Do I go a little more creature heavy and try to Oppo here? That is a thought, right? Like, it's definitely a thought. So we could Blade Splicer, Recruiter, Flicker Wisp, Oppo, yeah, that's kind of interesting. I also think we might want to bring in the port. A Geist to bring in the port. I think we still want to stay heavy blue there. I don't know that I can bring all these cards out, but I'm definitely interested in that. Let's see. What would come out? Elspeth is not amazing, although it does create tokens for our Oppo. So let's Thirst out Blade Splicer. He has seen the Mana Tithe, so maybe we take that out because he's going to play around it anyway. Geist comes in for... Yeah, you know what? Actually, we are going to take the Mana Tithe out. He's going to play around it anyway, probably. So that helps us. Maybe... What else could come out? I'm stuck here. We're actually not going to do this whole package, I think. Let's bring the Flicker Wisp in so we could reset the Jitte. And we'll go there. Yeah. Alright, hopefully we get a better setup. So we, from 1 lander to 5 lander that's essentially unplayable. Both times on the play. Yeah, we just can't keep this. Like, yeah, that's our best card, but we're totally not interactive there. Okay, this is not good, but we will keep it because if we can get an island here, then we're in good shape. We're gonna do that because we need an island anyway, right? Like, that's the whole deal. Like, we have to have an island to make this hand work. Oh, goodness. Just don't love getting started this way. He's got visions. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Island is good. Make him at least think about it. If he taps out for something here, we can stick Geist. He may not have great answers for Geist. He really may not have great answers for Geist. He's gonna do that to play around the spell, or play around the Mana Tithe. Sure. Alright. I think we have to do this. If he counters, he counters. But then we can Geist, and we can at least slow that thing down. I was hoping Geist would be the aggro portion of our deck here, but holding up. Interesting. We're going to try it. We'll see. He's got to have a counter, and he's got to have a counter that's not just a thing. Yeah, I like that. Okay. See if he's got a good answer for this. Wish we had... he could have Brazen here. Yeah, he could have Brazen. I think we have to do that. It makes his Brazen a 1-for-1 instead of a... Makes his Brazen 1-for-1 instead of a 2-for-1. Getting to play it both ways, so... If it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick, but then we can, and hopefully, if he plays out the Brazen, then in theory, maybe we can sneak down the Monolith, and then we've got potential to play Sphinx and Elspeth. The question is, which one of those do we want to get? Which one of those do we want to get Fractured Identity? That becomes a thing. Yep, he's got it. Of course he does. Yep, of course he's got it. Ugh. Alright, well, this is what it is. He's only got 3 cards in hand, though, so that's a thing. That could be a good situation for us. He doesn't block. Interesting. Okay. Why would he not block there? What's he got going on? He just mistime it? Or what? Oh, he wants to Jitte. Okay. That's fine. He did get his mana there. So... Okay, I think we still have to, like, we're still gonna, let's see, it's +2/+2, so it would be, interesting. Okay, let's swing and see what he does here. And then what's he get? He can gain 2 life, so he can gain 4 life there. He's only got 2 cards in hand. I think we have to do this, right? Oh, wait a minute. We don't have a second blue. Okay, so... let's preordain. We will put that on. Damn it. That was like the absolute worst possible situation, right? That only does creatures, right? Okay. Only does creatures. So let's force his hand a little bit. Let's put this on top. Let's put this on top. Let's play this. Let's Elspeth. Alright. Let's see how that goes. He's going to get to draw a whole bunch of cards here, unfortunately. Ugh. Not going quite as well as we had hoped it would. Now we do have the mana next time to Flicker Wisp the Jitte, so that's a start. Or Flicker Wisp if he Fractured Identities my Elspeth here. Which is obviously also a possibility at this point. Okay, he's holding up mana for something very specific, obviously. He's worried about how he's tapping here. Okay, he's trying to hold up... Of course. So what is the... What is the blue for? He could be holding up Spell Pierce again, obviously. It's definitely a possibility. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That is fine then. If we had an extra mana, we could, tap him down before we cast anything, but nah. So we know we have recall on top. He's tapping out. Okay. Interesting. What's he... Oh, he's putting Borrower back so that he can, bring Borrower back so that he can block. Well, he can block with Flicker Wisp, right? Like, that's not a thing. Oh, he's really protecting that Spell Pierce. Okay. Go ahead, Spell Pierce. Of course it got me nothing. So... Let's see. Flicker Wisp. Exile another target permanent. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner control at the beginning of the next step. So we can bounce the Jitte here. He gains 2 life, goes to 12, then we could swing, but he's going to block with Flicker Wisp, and that's not going to necessarily help us out a lot. We can bounce the Banishing Light and Elspeth again, but that doesn't really, like, that doesn't do anything for us, right? It gets us like 3 tokens that aren't going to do anything for us. We don't have a lot of great options here. I don't know why I played the plains there. Should have played the island. I think we just have to put some pressure on his life total, right? Sure. Okay. We just have to make him think about his life total at least. And we just have to see if we get anything, hit anything in the next turn. We have a lot of dead draws here, though. There's some good ones, too, right? Like, we can wrath the board, obviously, as a potential. We can, Time Walk would be interesting, although he'd have to swing and not have much here in order for it to work. He's got his own Elspeth. Okay. Sure. Now balance would be good, potentially. We're also going to be able to play out Sphinx if nothing else, right? Like that becomes a thing for us. Colonnade of all the things. If he's got a Mana Tithe, we get wrecked here, but I don't have a choice, right? Like, I've got to, I gotta try to do something here. Okay, I at least get to draw a couple cards. Do I swing here or no? Like, I just lose it if I swing, and he's gonna activate Elspeth and kill our Sphinx anyway, so I think I just hold here, right? Okay, Snapcaster and Molly D. Those are interesting. Okay. This gets him to, he can get to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Gets to 7. Yep. Yep. Okay. Balance would be beautiful here. Got, oh, he played everything out. Okay, well, that's not a balance. But I think we have to play for the balance, right? Like, there's nothing else we can do here. So we have to Molly D and hope we hit it. We can hard cast Molly D. There's no point in hard casting Molly D. We're trying to get to balance or wrath, right? Yep. So let's Molly D. Wrath or balance or bust. Neither one of them are it. And that is game. Right? Yep. Alright. Wait a minute. We can... No, we don't have enough mana. We could Snapcaster, recall back. Actually probably would have been the better play, right? Would have cost the same, would have got us one more card. Alright, well, here, let's find out how dumb I am. See what the first card is. I'm totally doing this just for my own purposes. Like, I cannot win the game here. I just want to see what it would have been. It's the first card. Wrath. You are kidding me. Ugh. Alright, well, we misplayed that badly, gang. That would have been an interesting game if I'd had Wrath there and then been able to Wrath and then go from there. So, alright, gang. Well, tough loss that time. Playing the mirror, like, because it's MTGO, right? So, we're playing the mirror, of course. We will see what happens in round 2. Alright, gang. We are back for round 2. We have won the die roll again. Let's hope we get a better starting hand. We had to mull both times before. Well, that's a fine one. We will keep. Alright. Do we play this on their turn? That takes us 5, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we do. Just gives us too much, too much equity in, or too much card selection. So, well, that's kind of nice. Alright. Okay, we are going to have to discard something here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we signet here, so we could time walk, and we would have exactly 7 cards. We get to untap into signet something. No, you know what? Let's signet here. I thought about time walking there just because they could have discard, obviously, leading on black, and they could take time walk, or they could take Snapcaster, keep us from ancestraling. They didn't do any of that. Well, that works. Now we're going to do some fun stuff here, kids, I think. Alright, so let's... Actually, it's not that cool, is it? Because we're going to, like... If we time walk, then we're not essentially doing anything with it. Yeah, we almost have we have too much of our card draw here. Is the problem. Alright. Hold here, see what happens. So they played Night Whisper. Oh, they're gonna... They are on Reanimator, obviously. I'm gonna bring in Hornet Queen. Ooh, Lily. Okay. Other than the fact that I don't have a great way to remove her, she doesn't actually hurt me much. We'll have to figure out a way to deal with her, though. Let's do this. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's get rid of a basic land card. And then end here. Okay, I think we're going to have some good answers here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do this. Now let's... Yeah, let's time walk here. Yeah. Let's time walk now. And then we're going to untap and we're going to Elspeth. And we're going to Elspeth because it's going to give us a... Like, it's going to be something that they might have a harder time dealing with. And, I think it's also going to... and it gives us multiple threats. So it can't just 1-for-1 us there. We could recall again here. Or we could Mully D here. Yeah, let's Mully D. We are drawing a lot of cards. Okay. And then let's do that, and we're going to go ahead and discard that and then play that. Yeah, and we're going to be able to Elspeth, and then if they don't deal with the Elspeth, then we're going to be able to, they'll kill one thing, right? Maybe they kill two. But then we're going to be able to Snapcaster Time Walk and beat the heck out of this Liliana. We also have a way to Solitude if they cast something scary. Besiege you. Ugh. Alright, well that's unfortunate. Besiege you. Okay. Alright, well that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. Yeah, you get that. We can Elspeth here if we want to. Unfortunately, we threw away one too many lands. I think that's still what we do though, right? Like we need to deal with that Lily here. All right. That wasn't too bad. Okay. Hopefully we're just going to work our way through their removal here. Let's see. We can we could Gideon here. Do we get in here, or do we just, like, we're not holding anything up, right? So I think we actually just consecrated Sphinx here, right? Yeah, let's do that. Like we just continue the we're drawing lots of cards pressure. Alright, nice. We'll have Mana Leak up next turn, which means we can do some cooler stuff next turn. Opponent just called it. Fair enough. That's a pretty dominating board position there. Okay, what do we see? We saw some removal. Like, that's it. That's really what we saw. We did see them pitch a Hornet Queen. I don't know if they're trying to hard cast that, or whether that's, and we just didn't see the green. But that's unlikely, right? It's probable that they're trying to reanimate. So I think we're going to bring in the Relic here. And maybe just for the Thirst for Discovery. I think that's probably the weakest of our main deck cards. Yeah, so let's go that route. Look at that, me playing 40 like a champ instead of 41. Almost like I play this game. Alright, that is not a good start. Can we keep that? We literally don't do anything to turn 3. I think we got a mulligan that. That we can keep. I think in this case it's the Cryptic that goes on bottom, right? Because we're so far away from potentially casting it. Yeah, I think that's how we go here. Alright, let's see how this goes. We had one great hand last time, but other than that, our starting hands have been a little sketch. Good news is we can force a negation here if he gets an early reanimate, obviously. Entirely possible, though, that he's not actually trying to reanimate, that we just didn't see the green part of his deck. Which is, you know, a thing. Alright. That's good. Like that a lot. It was about as good a second pick as we could get. Or draw there as we could get. What's he got here? Recurring Nightmare. I don't have any way to deal with that once it gets there. Yeah, it's got to be the Treachery. Okay. Let's preordain. Yikes. Alright, and then let's let it land. And let's evoke a Mully D. Okay, we did at least get some playable cards there. Yeah, this is not setting up well for us. But I think we had to counter that Recurring Nightmare. Like, we don't have any way to deal with that card once it gets down. Okay. That's unfortunate, but we can live with it. I was right about the reanimation. At least to some extent. Okay. Well, that's a big pile of nothing there. Yeah, we're going to need some help here. We definitely need, like, we need some of our card draw here to come along. Full Wrath, put target creature. Ooh, okay. Sadly, our Elspeth, well, our Elspeth is okay against this, but we've seen he has a lot of good answers here. Okay. That helped a little. He does have Volrath here, but I think we have to go for this, right? Like, he's probably going to have removal for it, but, like, we got to do something here. We're so far behind in cards here that I think it just leaves us in a really bad spot, right? Like, yeah, he's going to have removal. A creature or a planeswalker hurt him when he was little, and he needs removal for them all. Hopefully he has nothing here. No, he has something here. Ugh, that sucked. Yikes. Okay. Well, that is unfortunate. Could have played that plains, but what's he got going on here? Yeah, we're not going to have that. Yeah, we're not going to have that either. Okay, those are good. Now we just need some answers. Okay, we will do this because we gotta. And then we need something. What do we need here? I guess it's just Sphinx, right? Like, that's the best, because then he's got to have an answer for it, and we're going to get a couple cards anyway. Well, looky there. And then I think we do play this time because we might have something to play there. But yeah, that was about as good as we could get. It gives us a blocker. It might eat up a removal spell, but either way, we're going to get a couple of cards from it. So that's, yeah, I think that was about as good as we could ask for there. Okay, Jace, that's helpful because that can bounce the beast token. Hopefully he doesn't have removal here. He did already use 3 pieces of removal, so at least there's a chance maybe that he doesn't have it. Although he's tapping off a quick... Oh, nice Whisper. Okay, that's fine. We get to draw 4 cards off of that. That's going to work for me. And yes, please. Alright. Now if he kills that, we can just balance. Ooh, Grist. Okay. We don't have a lot of good answers for Grist. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what are our options here? We're definitely going to play a land. I think we got a recall, right? And then, like, we can Jace to bounce the beast. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 6 lands. We have 7. So the balance is actually not very good here. Okay, let's figure out what our options are first. Let's recall. This gives us a whole lot more. Ooh, okay. That's very nice. That is very, very nice. Okay, we have 7 mana. So that's 4, 5, 6. Okay. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Elspeth. Create a token. Time Walk. And go. Alright. Now we're going to do that. Now we have 9 mana. We only need to actually do that for 1. So, it actually bumps him though, so let's do that. I probably should give him, or probably should just create another dude actually, but is what it is. So we can Gideon and Jace here, and then that's going to leave him a whole lot of stuff he got to deal with, right? Okay, so let's get Grist. Probably should have created another 1/1 there, but okay, and then 1, 2. Gideon. He attacks me next turn, and then Jace. Okay. Alright. There we go. Alright. Well, that was more like what we're hoping to see out of this deck, so I almost feel bad for that guy. Like, we really high-rolled both those times. It didn't look like we were high-rolling the second one, and then all of a sudden we just, I think he killed himself by casting that Night's Whisper when we had the Sphinx on board. Like, obviously he's looking for an answer for it, but I'd already drawn 2 cards, and then I had no cards, and then I drew 2 cards, and then you put 4 more cards in my hand. Yeah, I'm not sure that was the play. So, but obviously, but he needed an answer too, right? Like, he wasn't going to beat it if he just left it there on the board. So I get it. So, all right, gang. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one, and we will see you back here for round 3. All right, gang. We are back here for round 3, and for the first time, we have lost the die roll. We can definitely keep this hand. This is looking pretty good. Got a Signet, got a Time Walk, got Jace, like that. So we will keep this one. All right. Let's see what we end up with here. All right. Little colonnade. Let's see. Do we want to play this signet into... I think we do. We're going to play around it until we see it. It could have a counter. If so, that's great. Okay. We can live with that. We can live Thirst up next turn. Still have Jace up for the turn after that. Alright. We'd love to be able to Jace and then Time Walk at some point. Like Jace, get it to stick and then Time Walk. Suspicious Stowaway. Interesting. Okay. Let's Thirst here. Okay. We're definitely going to discard a basic land, and we're going to discard an island here. What are the odds that they have a counter in hand? So, do we play the Jace out into this, into counter mana here? Yeah, you know what? I think we are. I think we are, because I don't have a better play, right? Like, I could Elspeth here, I guess, and that puts some pressure on him. Yeah, that actually may be the play, because if they're going to counter something, I'd rather see him counter that, right? I'd love to stop the Stowaway from getting in even once, but we get an idea here now whether they have answers, and then we can make a decision on what we're going to do on the Jace here. We could also just evoke. Let's see. They're down to 3 cards that way. Okay. Would I rather... Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. They bounce that, and then we can... Oh. Okay, that's fine. I wanted to do it at end of turn while they were tapped out, but we're going to go ahead and... cancel. Why can we not? Okay, let's do that. Oh, exile a white card. Okay. Alright. I like that play. I like that play. They were kind of building around it. Makes them do something. They also didn't counter it, which is interesting. Okay. So, let's swing for 1. And then let's Giddy in here. Could have Mold Drifted there. It was interesting. But I like the idea of leaving the Mully D up available for... I like the idea of leaving the Mully D up available as a pitch card to the Force. Sure. Okay, they're hunting for answers. That's a good sign. That Brazen will be very slow to kill Gideon. If we get a mana, we can Jace and Time Walk, which would be pretty damn good here. Jace and Time Walk with Force Backup, which is really good here. Alright. Okay. Wait a minute. Are we just gonna... Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do that, shall we? And then let's swing. They could have burn here for Gideon, but I still think that was worth it. I mean, they were obviously hunting for answers, right? I kind of like hard casting the Mully D, but I also kind of like having Counterspell up here. So I think we're just going to evoke Mully D. Like, Mully D is not what we're ultimately trying to do here. So, okay, now we have all the counters in the world. Next turn, we're going to be able to Jace, Time Walk. Sure. Yeah, they are desperately looking for answers here. Yeah, this is not going to be it, whatever you're trying to do here. Let's see. Let's just mana leak that. Yeah, now this is really going to be hard for them to deal with here. Okay, so we're going to 7 them here. Let's see, we have 6 mana, so if we do 3 and we get 3, yeah, we can do this. Right? Yeah, okay. This works. We're going to brainstorm ourselves here. We're gonna put these on top, and then we're going to Time Walk. Yeah, that makes sense. If I were the opponent, I would cave after that as well. Okay, so what did we see? We saw another Brazen Borrower. We saw what else did we see? We saw him try to cast an Inferno Titan. I don't think we change anything just off the top. Like, we're never getting to... I mean, we could get to Inkwell Mana, but, like, I don't know that we will. We could port here. It might keep them off some mana. I don't know. I don't love that either, though. I think we're just going to stick where we're at. Geist might have been good against them. They didn't seem to have a lot of early stuff. But, we'll see. We will keep the Ancestral Recall hand. Okay. So the question is, do we play into, you know what, we're going to we're going to do this. It's kind of... I hate the idea of throwing away too many cards here. So if we cast it now, we go down to 6, then up to 9. We have to discard 2 cards. However, we're very unlikely to have it countered. If we let them get to untap, then they could have Spell Pierce. We're going to take the risk here. We're going to cast it during their upkeep. I think that's the better play. Like, they have to have exactly Spell Pierce in order for this not to just be the clearly superior play. If they had Force, it was already going to get either of the 2 forces, it was already going to get countered. Or if they had Force of Will, it was going to get countered anyway. And if they had Force of Negation, yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, not amazing. We still picked up a land in that, but it's okay. Counterspell, probably our best draw next turn. Another land. Beautiful. Exactly what we were hoping for. I don't think we can preordain here, right? Like if we preordain, we're just getting an extra... Well, we're just cycling a card. We'll still have to discard the same amount of stuff. Right. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we're going to put... We're going to put that on top and that on top so that we draw that. We're going to play that. Then we're going to ditch some land. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I got to discard 2. Just going to discard a couple islands here. Hopefully we catch him with this Mana Tithe. Or not. Are we going to monolith here, or are we going to hold? Yeah, we can't really counter. I mean, we could counter something, I guess. Yeah, we're going to hold here. And we'll decide whether we want to leave up cryptic next time, or whether we want to monolith. And yep, this is exactly what I was hoping to do. That worked out very well for us. Okay, and then we're still going to hold. I don't think we're going to monolith here. I think we're going to just, yeah, we're going to put up cryptic mana. See if they go for anything. We know that they have an Inferno Titan. So I think... Let's do this. Let's do this and try to Ancestral this turn. And then let's... They have the counter here, they have it. I'll live with that. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. We're going to be able to hard cast Solitude and hold up Cryptic as well. We could potentially... We could Time Walk and then Monolith. That's interesting. Would give us a lot of mana. They did just use Force and Negation, and we didn't see any counters from them in the first game. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Not sure this is the strongest play. Sometimes I kind of like to hold on to Time Walk until I have one of my Planeswalkers out. But this is still a pretty strong play, I think. Yeah. Like this. It's not amazing, but we have Mana Leak, we have Cryptic up, we have Solitude available. Like, we have a lot of good answers here. All right, back to looking for an answer mode here. I like it. We're going to play the old blue-white game. We're just going to make him deal with the Snapcaster before we do anything else. What's he got here? Yeah, no. We could have Cryptic there and drawn card, but I just think we want to continue to just, like, I think we just want to continue to make him deal with this. Force him to have something. Having the Solitude up will be nice because if they're going for twin combo, the ability to remove the creature at instant speed is going to be strong. You have to just assume at some point our card draw will come through here. Meanwhile, the Snapcaster Mage is just going to keep doing work. Alright, Colonnade is nice too. That gives us another way to do some work. Now we'll actually start putting real pressure on his life total. Do I care about that? No, I don't. Kind of would have liked to deny him the card there, but I just don't think it was worth using the Cryptic there. We just know they have too many good, or they have. We know they're probably playing Twin, so they could. You have to be careful Twin anytime. We've seen an Inferno Titan. Sure, you can have a relic. It's not quite as important at this point in the game. Okay. Land. 2, 3, 4, 5, and activate now. We can't leave counter up, so we're gonna do this. Just gonna keep playing the slow and steady race here, gang. We're gonna beat down with Snapcaster. This is like the blue-white mage's dream, right? Like, just put one creature on the board. Wow, they are really worried about that monolith. Okay, you got it. Why in the world they wouldn't kill the thing that's killing them right now? I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm assuming that they think that they're going to Inferno Titan into to deal with it, which is possible, right? Like, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, they may just be playing to their outs there. He's got one extra mana. He's probably got a counter spell available here. Oh, nope, he doesn't. Holding back again. Alright. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, so we can Jason hold up Cryptic. We could still always evoke Solitude if we had to. Yeah, here it comes. Yeah, this isn't going to work for you. Can't be countered. Ooh, okay. That's fine. You do that. And then I Solitude. Ooh, do I Solitude by casting this Balance? Yeah, actually, you know what? I think I do. Because I think I want to leave Cryptic up. Yeah, and we can Jace and hold up Cryptic. Alright. He did get a lot of life from that, unfortunately. I guess I could have let the Spellcaster, I guess I could have let the Snapcaster die, and then Solituded next turn. Let's Fate Seal him. Yeah, I think we'll put that, yeah, I think we'll put that on the bottom of the library there. Now that I think about it, I may have really made a mistake there. Like, I probably should have let him snipe the Snapcaster, untapped, and then Solituded hardcast so that he didn't get all the life. That probably would have made more sense. Okay, interesting. Now we have Force here. Let's Fate Seal him again. Oh, he can have that. Let's swing. Next turn, I think we start. I gotta do the math here. 1, 5, 6, 7. No, we still can't hold up and do that, so we're kind of just starting this process over again. But we have 2 counters in hand now, so that's pretty good. He's also got to start to worry here about Jace. Nice. Okay, so now 5, 6, 7, 8. So we use 6. Oh, we still only have 2 mana. Alright. Let's Fate Seal him. He can have the land. Alright. He just keep not tapping his Coalition Relic. When do you, it's 12. Okay, so he's got to deal with this Jace pretty quick. This is going to be a thing. He's going to need an answer for Jace here sooner than he's going to need an answer for the Snapcaster. And with double counter here, I just don't know that he's going to have a lot of good answers here. Yeah, we're not going to allow that. That's what, the 3rd time he could have killed the Snapcaster? That's slowly but surely killing him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so we are going to hardcast the Mole Drifter here. That'll hopefully speed this up a little bit. Put us in a better position to get him out of here a little quicker. We will put that one on the bottom. Alright, let's swing here. And then alright. So this should be pretty good here. let's see here. Oh, he's got something. I was going to Pestermite. Okay. I can live with that. Sure. Oh, okay. This gives him the chance to try to stop Jace from killing him, at least. We now have double counterspell in hand though, so that's pretty good. And we're going to start getting to the point where we'll be able to just swing with Colonnade too. Yep. Alright. We're just going to keep doing this. Make you have an answer for it. Okay, nope, you can have a mountain. Alright, there we go, gang. He finally gave up the ghost. That took a little longer than I expected. He just kept holding on and holding on and holding on. So, at the point where I'm pretty sure we had that one wrapped up. So, alright, gang. Well, nice 2-1 to start the season. Definitely happy with that. Just got wiped out in that first round. That was a very tough matchup there. Got the mirror, and he just had the best of it, even though I did get to cast a early recall in game 1. So, but overall, very good. So, I have not done this in the past, but I'm going to start doing it. If you have watched this to the end and enjoyed the content, I hope you would please consider liking the video. It helps YouTube get this content out to other people who might also enjoy it. And if you have enjoyed my content in the past, I hope you would consider hitting the subscribe button. Helps me know that I'm doing a good job, giving you the kind of content that you're interested in, and also helps grow the channel, hopefully. So, I had talked a lot in some of my other videos, or not a lot, I talked a little bit in some of my other videos about how we're going to start having some other content. Was hoping to do Minecraft. My rig just isn't set up for that now, so I'm not going to be able to do Minecraft. However, pertinent to a lot of Magic players' interest, I have really dove headfirst into Storybook Brawl. So we will start seeing some Storybook Brawl videos on this channel before the end of the week. Definitely. We're going to start posting some of those. I've got some in the hopper that I'm working on. So if you like that, please check those out. If you're not down with that and you just like the Vintage Cube, we're right back here with Vintage Cube. I'm a little sad. I still had 2 videos that I hadn't posted from last time. And I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to go ahead and post them and just mark them as, you know, Cubemas season, or whether I'm going to just skip those 2 and move on to the new things. So they were both winning. We hit a couple of late trophies on the last day last time. So, anyway, so if you listen to the end and you have an opinion about whether I should post those other 2, or whether you would just move into the new Vintage Cube content, just let me know, and we will talk to y'all soon. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye now.